So I'm the executive director of Leading Change. Leading Change is a development organization that focuses primarily on education, innovation, technology, and leadership development, entrepreneurship, and obviously agriculture development. Sailing through the social, economic, and political challenges were part of the big problem. And I like to talk about the social side first. The the social side were the biggest of the challenges because not starting with the opportunity all being available, but trying to create something yourself um, was really was really a gigantic part of the process. So when I'm talking about creating, is like first of all finding what this dream was, building the capacity around this dream, and looking for the partnership and the people to help you drive it to where you wanted it. All of those were part of the package that I came that I call the uncomfortable package. Usually when I share this with people, but moving forward, the economic challenges, you know, most of the times we all, are carried by this belief that the dream must immediately have the few. And what I realized in life is that the few is available already in a dream. And what you need to do is to peddle the dream in a way that it provides the few and not the reverse. Most people think about it in that direction. So the economic challenges that came from what are the tools and the technology you need to provide your services? Um, how do you want to get people register, pay for your services, where you want to train them, all the infrastructure that you need to get this going, everything, everything from start to even now, a part of the challenge that I really consider a constant state of growth. You know, then politics. Politics play a whole, very huge role in our daily lives, and politics is not just from the standpoint of running for office; it's from the standpoint of the competition of ideas and interest. Um, how do you convince people to believe in what you are and what you're trying to do, and get them to value and support your services is a key part. And I look at that as fundamental to anybody that's trying to be successful at whatever you're creating. What we want to talk about at this event, especially from the leadership standpoint, that I think it's really important for everyone to get, um, it's understanding needs, how to meet needs. It's a critical part of the leadership process. When you take leadership and place it on creating conditions to help others succeed, we talk about meeting individual, collective, or corporate needs. And this is key. And when I talk about meeting needs, the first thing I try to let people know, Jeniton, is most people look outside to institutions, to friends everywhere, and that is not wrong. But for me, I like to tell people, you know, we can begin meeting needs by understanding our gift. And here's an important part. You got to understand that you don't choose your gift chooses you. And understanding more about this process is coming to the event and getting a little bit more in depth of why I'll be talking about that. But not just that, I will hope to talk at this event about how to turn your lights on, how to know you are in the dark. And it's important for people to understand the concept of turning the lights on, and how you can turn your lights on, not necessarily just for you to see as a person, but to help other people see their way. It's an important part of leadership. And I'll be talking about that too as well. The most important thing for me will be for people to come and understand the majority of what they are told. can be bundled up in what I refer to as temporary constraints. Most people are led to believe that these constraints are permanent, but there is a myth of self limitation that I want to talk about at this event. You know, I tell people sometimes um, a lot of people have ideas, but not everybody knows how to communicate the
Exactly.
ideas.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love the communication piece, because I think a lot of speakers have agreed on this. Everything rises and falls on communication. Communication is the bread and butter of how we sail through this whole journey of life. So I think when I think about the communication piece in this, I'm thinking about how do you communicate effectively enough so that your ideas are fully understood, resonate with people, and continue to help you elevate this agenda of creating conditions to help others succeed. And that's where I think, Jonathan, it's important for people like you with your skill sets in the nonverbal piece and the verbal piece to give people the techniques and the clear understanding of how you can utilize these type of skill set to not only um, just give a fine speech, but give a speech that touch minds and hearts and resonate with people and can have people begin the journey of creating quality of their life and the lives of people around them.
And what I believe too is that young leaders, if they know how to articulate their message in the best way possible, verbally and non-verbally, they will be a great force for good, especially because they have a lot of great ideas. Why having these obstacles? So my aim in the communication part is first to know the person, to know his communication style, his body language code, and also other people's personality traits and how their behavior is conducted. So first, my aim is to make the person more aware of himself, and later on to remove the subconscious barriers that he is or she is now having between him or her and other people, so that a positive body language, or at least the neutral body language, is coming out of the individual, and later on working on moving this neutrality into happiness or into positive emotions, hope, pride, and all these positive emotions, so that they can contribute to the conversation in a positive manner, and later on to see what is the feedback of the other individual talking that they are talking to. And when this map of reality, so to speak, is constantly updated by the feedback and being self-aware, the communication will be better because they will be resonating and speaking on in the same frequency and on the same level. And this is why I also went a long way, because at first the challenges were big for me, because I was not the kind of individual who liked to go and to socialize with people, and that led me to become more of an introverted and lacking some social skills. Having said that, if you've told me 10 years ago that I will be doing a TEDx speech, or to become now let's say, a regular guest on a TV show and appearing more than 60 appearances on TVs locally and internationally, I would say probably not, because but again, this body of knowledge, to practice it, that helped me in order to get where I am right now. September 4th will be the cornerstone of our program that will be for 20 hours. And these things will be discussed in depth. So having said that, I want to thank you first for this collaboration, and also to invite people who are not yet registered for the September 4th webinar to register today so that they get the chance to get the Zoom invitation and later on to attend the meeting. So wherever you are, all around the globe, speaking the English language or listening and understanding the English language, we will be more than happy to have you in our event. And we look forward to give you more insights. So this is just an introductory video that will let you know what we are going to be discussing on September 4th.
To have the drive to start from where you are. Most people are thinking about where to start, when to start, how to start. At this event, Jonathan and I will provide a clear path on your leadership route and your communication articulation route on how do you begin this process. We believe that the innate ability that people carry only has temporary constraints. And we will talk about the myth of self-limitation and the power you have to give this generation something special while you are still here. So come to our event and come, let's celebrate leadership and communication. Thank you.
Wow, that's great, Daniel. And I will end up with a quote from Mr. Peter Drucker. And he said, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. And that's a great way to see communication and also to infuse some positive communication. And till then, till September 4th, I wish you great success. I wish you happy days and let's see you at the event. Thank you so much and see you soon.